Kenya itainuka, Kenya itasimama, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Today we come to celebrate 1,000 years. Is it 1,000 years? No. 1,000 months? No. No weeks. 1,000 days since His Excellency President William Ruto was sworn in as the President of the Republic of Kenya. And if you are to ask me, I will tell you there are also 1,000 things that he's been able to do positively to ensure that Kenya is able to leapfrog itself towards the future, especially when you look at the 5 pillars of the better plan. Can you imagine, before we finish this year, or by the end of this year, over 2 million young people shall be trained in TVET, various courses from masonry to plumbing and counting. And out of almost every other constituency, there is actually a TVET. And this is really the promise. Vile tulikuwa tunasema kwamba ni jobs, the kazi kwa ground. Kazi kwa ground, na pia kuna kazi mtandaoni na kazi majuu. Wakenya zaidi ya 1,393 wameenda kule huko majuu kutafuta do, na wametuletea, hebu imagine, $4.95 billion. Hiyo ni shilingi ngapi za Kenya? 638 billion. Na hii pesa 85% inaenda kusaidia wale wadhi huko kwa nyumbani, ndio wanawasupport. Alafu na niambia nini kuhusu ati Urezo vile amekuwa president hiyo miaka yote? Hiyo ndio ukweli, hiyo ndio nomba ya ukweli hapa. Na hizi sio stories za jaba. Ukiangalia kama ni mambo ya affordable housing, tumejenga nyumba 150,000. Hijai kutendeka. Madarasa yale tumejenga 23,800 within less than 2 years. Walimu tumeemploy 76,000 kumradhi, na tunaongeza wengine 24 by January. Juzi tumeemploy watu wa prisons 2,000. Ukiangalia kama ni hii shilingi yetu to the dollar, na naona watu wa Y254 wako hapa wanatucheki, unaona sasa imekuwa for almost 1.5 years 129 shillings to the dollar, na hiyo inasaidia sana stability. Tuko na 10 billion, tumeweka $10 billion, sio Kenya shillings, za import cover. Alafu ukicheki mambo ya GMR, ile tumekuwa tukiongea hapa, tunasema saa hii kahawa 1 kg inauzwa up to 145 148 huko juu. Ukiangalia kama ni kaunti ya Embu, ukiangalia kama ni 1 metric ton ya sugarcane, miwa, wapandaji wa miwa huko Western na kwingineko, saa hii wanapata 5,500 from 4,500. So utataka kuniambia nini? Mambo mengi sana hii gava imeweza kufanya, ambayo imeongozwa na mheshimiwa William Samuel Ruto. Na ni vizuri tuseme, if we start counting, there are quite a number of things that have been able to be done. However, I would want to make some few clarifications. Number one, all of us Kenyans are related to one another. You cannot use familiar terms to balkanize a country. We are one country, we are all brothers and sisters. God never made a mistake to ensure that we all live together harmoniously. So those who are going out there trying to call these others terms and that, whatever you, we want to tell them that the president is the symbol of national unity, and the government is going to do development across all regions without fear or favor. And we will not allow people to celebrate tragedy just because they want to make political scores. We have had people saying that June 25th will be a public holiday. There is no public holiday on June 25th. It is a working day. If at all it falls on a weekday, we must move forward. Whatever people are trying to recreate for the Gen Z movement, we want to tell them that is a thing of the past. We are united. If you have any views, please go to the committee. They are moving around the country. Present your views, and we will discuss, because our country must stand together. Kenya itainuka, Kenya itasimama, Kenya itanawiri kwa umoja na uzalendo. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe?
The emphasis on the modularized curricula is out of a realization that as a state department, we need to concentrate and even over-concentrate, if need be, on ensuring that young people are getting the requisite skills as must be and within the shortest time possible. There has been this notion that learning should, as much as possible, be academic. But we realize that this is not what is required by industry. Industry requires people who have the technical knowledge to be able to do whatever it is that is needed by the country. And therefore, we have decided to break down the curricula into skill sets and concentrate on particularized skills into which we are going to train the young people until we and the industry are confident that this is what the young people can do. It is not about the certificates. It is not about the big names of the learning outcomes. The actual outcome that we must provide for this country is the skills. And therefore, we have broken like I've said, we have broken the curricula. If we are talking about coming up with a building, we want young people to be skilled in tiling, in gypsum technology, in walling, in carpeting, in tiling, and all the skills that we find in a building. So that one by one, from module 1 to module 6, we ensure that the young people can do whatever it is that they are required to be able to do. The last month, May, we have admitted approximately 66,000 young people into the modularized space. And all the HODs, all the principals across the country, yes, they are aware, but we want as a department to go around the country into every region and have a conversation with all our members of staff so that in the event of doubt, we are able to clarify it. Because we decided to give this a military approach, where when we decided it's the month of May, we are going into modularization. We did not want to wait. We did not want to lull around discussing this or that. We decided to go into it straight away. And that is why we are going around the country checking that what we are speaking about, the modules that we were able to come up with as a department, are understood for implementation by each and every one of us.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Sema na Spox, Bonga na Gava. Let's say that. Sema na Spox, Bonga na Gava. Sema na Spox, Bonga na Gava. And to tell us more about the TVETs, Technical Vocational Education and Training, is none other than our Principal Secretary for the State Department for TVET, none other than Madam Dr. Esther Muoria. Let's clap for her. So, sasa, Dr. Muoria, habari yako?
Yema.
How do you feel tonight?
Good.
Yeah?
Yes.
You've been having a nice time?
Yes, I can't complain.
Yes.
Yes.
Sasa mayutu wanakuangalia. You wear many hats.
Yeah.
Before we come to TVET and what is about TVET, tell us about yourself. Who is Dr. Esther Muoria? Away from the officialdom, where did you grow up? What has been your life journey? Tueleze kidogo tukutambue kidogo.
Thank you, Spox. Yes, like you have heard, my name is Esther Dara Muoria Njeru, and I was born and brought up in Embu District, Runyenjes constituency, some many years ago. I went to Siamanda Primary School, the Kieni Girls High School, Kangaroo School,
wow.
all in
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, you are a choppy, eh?
You know. And I only came to Nairobi when I came to the University of Nairobi.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Like you had never been to the city?
That is the time I saw the railway line.
Oh my goodness.
When I came to the University of Nairobi,
yeah,
where I studied a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
basically I am a sociologist.
Okay.
After that, I studied in the same university for a Master of Arts before working for some time, after which I studied for a PhD degree at Jomo Kenyatta University.
Wait a bit. So yes, ulimaliza university tu hivi na ukaenda pia masters immediately?
Apana. I worked in the then Ministry of Home Affairs as a probation officer.
Oh, very good. Kwa hivyo umeanza from the ground. You have been a career civil servant.
Nilianza huko chini.
Wow.
Nilianza huko chini.
Makofi kwa history ya bottom up.
Probation officers write pre-sentence reports for courts.
Okay.
With a recommendation. And that is where I started.
Wonderful.
After,
na ulienda the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
Wajua sengine watu wa University of Nairobi wanatuenjoy sana, wanatuambia that's the only university they have names of people and places. Yani watupatii kupumua hata kidogo.
Wacha nikuambie, that time there was no other university.
You want to confirm that?
Yes, there was no other university. There was only a campus of the University of Nairobi, yes, which was Kenyatta University.
The campus only? The
campus only.
Yes.
Yes. So for me to have gone to the university that time, mimi sio kidogo, kwa sababu hakukua na university ingine.
Kwa hiyo nataka kutuambia Dr. Esther Muoria.
Yes.
KU was just a mere campus somewhere on Thika Road.
It was a campus on Thika Road.
Yes.
The university was only one. So for you to qualify to go to that one university,
yes, yes,
sio mchezo.
Sasa na hii PhD ulifanya after how long? After working for how long?
After many years, after working for many years, after leaving the Ministry of Home Affairs, I after finishing my masters in the same university, I joined the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, where I grew from an assistant registrar to the registrar of the university.
Wonderful. Makofi tena hapo. So you joined as an assistant registrar, you became the registrar. Were you also lecturing around the same time?
Yes, I would teach as and when required.
Oh, wonderful. So your PhD is in what area?
Human resource management.
Oh, wonderful. So from a sociologist, master's was also in sociology.
Yes.
And then now HR.
Yes.
And now you are managing TVET. You must be the best person to train our human resource for the future. Makofi tena. So now, that's your life. What about your social life? I mean, you have children, you have a family. You know, you say you come from Embu.
Yes.
I am a Modonua because I'm married from there. But tell us about your at least what you could do kidogwa away from the academia.
Well, I was married to one engineer, Charles Ngaruya Muoria, who hails from Molo. So I normally tell the principal of Molo TVC that is my TVC. He has to be careful.
Wow.
So I lived with Muoria for about 23 years, and he went to be with the Lord. And after about 4 years, I remarried. I went back to Embu from Molo. I went back to Embu.
That was quite a transition, right?
Yes. Well, not quite. And married one FCPA, John Njero Nyaga. Wow. Who I have lived with now for the last 7 years.
Oh, wonderful. Makofi hapo. Na majenzi, mjue pia ndoa zinadumbu zaidi.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can be married for about 30 years.
Yeah.
But if you continue asking those questions, they are going to guess how old I
am. Okay. So, a lady is always sweet, 16.
Yes. Yeah. Like I am.
Wow. Makofi tena.
So, in his previous marriage, John had 3 sons, and I had 2 sons and a daughter, who are now all grown up and out. Now it is only John and me who live in our house.
Wonderful. So is that emptiness syndrome now there? You've gone back to being, a single couple kind of thing.
Just a couple, just the 2 of us.
Yes.
Just the 2 of us there. Yes.
Wonderful,
but we
wonderful.
are happy
Yes.
because one measure of success of parenting is to bring up children to move on.
Wonderful.
With their own lives.
And you know, when we were just coming in, I heard you calling John and telling him, I'll be late.
Yes.
I mean, that is very responsible.
Because he's alone now in the house. I am here and there is nobody else.
Wonderful. So, I don't know whether people do that here in this audience. Ama unasema tu tukutane unapata mtu ameshajiwekea blanket. So now, madam,
let me tell you something else before you forget. I'm also a grandmother of 5.
Wow.
Yes, 5.
Amazing. I don't know, sometimes I tend to think that grandmothers tend to love their grandchildren more, I think.
Yes, they're very nice. They make you feel a young mother all over again. You have people to baby up all over again. Yes, so
wonderful.
It's a very nice.
Let's clap for our peers. I mean, now we've gotten to know the other side of you. What are your hobbies?
I walk a lot. I jog from time to time. I also play golf.
Oh.
And I also read self-development books.
Which is the latest one that you've read?
Right now I'm reading. I am reading. What is this author? I am reading Joel Austin's. Joel Austin's self-actualization.
Self-actualization.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. The Maslow hierarchy of needs. That's the fifth, hierarchy of needs.
Yes.
From the basic needs, love and affection, love and belonging, security, and all of that.
Yes.
So now let's now come to TVET.
Yes.
You were appointed. I think that was in November of 2023.
December.
December of 2020. That's when you took over. 1st of December, I think.
2022.
2022, sorry.
Yes.
And so you've been at the helm for the last, let's say those 1,000 days, right?
Yes.
So coming in, have you worked with TVET before? Were you starting a new state department? What was your vision? And what are your achievements? Tell us that in a nutshell.
I was never in TVET before. Like I said, I was only at the then Ministry of Home Affairs and at Jomo Kenyatta University. That is where I came from. So I came to a department that was existing. I did not come to create the department. The department was there, but it is a department I landed into and really got to love.
Wow.
Why? Because I have had and I have a passion for young people, and I have a passion for transformation. Transformation was one of my favorite topics, especially when I was doing my PhD. I wrote a paper on the transformation of the then post office, Kenya Post and Telecommunication. You remember when they had the boxes which were green and looking very funny?
Yeah.
And then it transformed to as a department that had blue and red boxes. I followed that transformation very closely, and I was very impressed.
So how have you been able now to transform the TVET department?
Now, because transformation is something that I adored even academically, when I came to the State Department, I knew I was coming to look for something that needed to be changed. And when I came, I had a conversation with the technical officers that I found there, and we agreed that we needed to position TVET to a space where we were going to be confident, all of us, that we were and are transforming the lives of the young people. When I came, already the government had done a lot in the past 10 years before I came. There had been a lot of creation of access where the president is excellent. The current president, even when he was a deputy president, had started a transformation where there was going to be a TVET in every single constituency.
Yes. How many do we have right now?
What? TVET?
Yes.
240.
Okay.
240. So we still have a few constituencies that we are still...
240 out of 290.
Yes.
So only 50 remaining.
About 50-52.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Let's clap for our peers. We are now taking a short break, and this is Sema na Spox.
Bonga na gava.
Sema na Spox.
Bonga na gava.
Keep it right here. Sema na Spox.
Bonga na gava.
Welcome back. Now, PS, Give us 5 to 7 or even 10, if at all, achievements that you've been able to do so far under your stewardship.
One, we have said that we have continued to come up with the institutions because we want to encourage access. So since I have been in this state department, we have continued with the help, of course, of the government to continue coming up with the institutions where our young people are going to train. Number two, we have we stopped training. We have stopped training our young people on theoretical space, and we embraced what we call competency-based education and training entirely since September 2023.
What does that entail?
Competency-based education and training.
CBET.
We are looking at training our young people on the skill sets. We are saying that we want our young people to be competent in what they do, so that industry stops talking about a gap between education and what they are offering.
Between skills and training.
Skills and training.
And theory and practice.
We had a situation where industry would admit people or recruit people, and then they go and train them again. I one time went to Toyota Kenya and found them with a small school where they are retraining those who they have recruited. We embraced the CBET and the dual training. Not only did we change the curricula completed to CBET, but we also embrace what we are calling dual training.
Dual training. Yes.
Dual training is where we are training the German model of training 50% in the institution and 50% in industry.
Wow.
And those young people are recruited from industry, by industry, trained with industry, for industry.
Makofi hapo kabisa. That they are recruited from industry?
From industry, trained with industry, for industry. So that they are transiting directly into industry.
It's like the river flowing back to its source, yeah?
Exactly. So that we do not have people looking for jobs. They are training with the job providers.
Exactly. So and the river and the source.
The river and the source.
So now, give me a practical example. Like, for example, if you are a mason, what's the difference between the way it used to be done before, the issue of skills and theory? What has happened there? I
will not go to Mason because that you take me back to Juakali. Let me tell you about mechanical engineering, where we will recruit young people with the motor industry, like CMC. And they will say, CMC will say, we want 20 young people to work for us. So we will, we as TVET, we will recruit them together with CMC. Then we will come and train them with ourselves, my trainers, and the industry itself, the CMC people, because they are the ones who know exactly what they want. So by the time they qualify as mechanical engineers, automotive engineers, they automatically, in fact, they take them back. One of the problems we have had with these people we are training this way into our training is that they do not even want to come back and do the final exams.
Because they've already been given the money, eh?
They are working.
Wow.
Yes.
So tell me, in terms of figures, how many do we have now in school? What are our targets? I mean,
in dual training or in TVETs?
The whole TVET dual training. Just give us some statistics about your state department.
We are about 700,000 young people in TVETs as we speak now. When I came in, we were at about 300,000.
So that's an increase of about 400,000. Makofi kwa
yes. And we are moving. We have a very active recruitment team in the field who are working with GAO. We have a very strong collaboration with GAO, where my team goes and speaks with the DCC. The DCC speaks with the several young people recruited to our institution.
Wonderful. So, PS, let me now, because we have heard from you, and you have really motivated many people. Let's now turn to this other side and hear what the audience has to say, because this is Sema na Spox.
Bonga nangava.
This is Sema na Spox.
Bonga nangava.
Over to you.
Thank you very much. My name is John Akola, Madam PS, one of the achievements of the State Department is the recognition of prior learning, which is a transformative initiative of the government in an effort to promote inclusivity, recognizing the informal and non-formal skills.
Yes.
And also create a new pathway to certification and employability. Might be what I can ask is the measures the State Department has put to create awareness, because this is a very important initiative which the government has come up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Makofi. Let's come to question number 2. Number 2, yes. Over to you, madam. Introduce yourself and straight to the question. Or comment, yes.
Madam PS, I'm Jane Wanyoike, and I'm from RPL Delivery Unit. So I would want to ask this question. The quality of any certificate, whether academic or professional, is determined by many factors, including the institution that is issuing it, the processes used, and so on. What are TVETs doing to ensure that the RPL certificate is recognized just like any other certificate? Thank you.
Thank you, Makofi. Let's come to question number 3 or comment.
And Madam PS, my name is Stanley Maindi, Director, Recognition of Prior Learning Delivery Unit. One of the most trending programs under your State Department is recognition of prior learning. And the demand for RPL services has been growing rapidly. What measures has your State Department put in place to ensure that these services reach all parts of the country?
Thank you, Makofi. Next.
Madam PS, my name is Angelina Sinyen from Turkana County Government.
Makofi kwa watu wa Turkana.
Yes, I represent.
Na watu wa Turkana wanakaa wanang'alang'ala kabisa. Kabisa.
Yes, I represent the marginalized community.
Wonderful.
And we have so many refugees. So, the TVET, we've talked of recognition of prior learning. Madam PS, could you please enlighten Kenya and tell us in what ways does recognition of prior learning create job opportunities and improve the livelihood for informal sector workers such as juakali artisans, the youth, and the small scale traders like the mamambogas? Thank you.
Makofi hapo. Do you have another question or comment? Yes, go ahead.
Kwa majina ni Kipkemoi Collins, natoka Nairobi National Polytechnic. Mimi ni mmoja wao mwenye amesema ametrain 700,000. I'm among them. Dautunge kuja wengi because jua space. So jua kali imekuwa hapo shule yetu from since last year November, na tumekuwa a lot of skills. Wamechukua contract ya Ruiru na Kibera.
Ruiru kumaanisha nini? Ruiru yote ama Ruiru gani?
Affordable.
Unajua mimi ndio mdogo wa Ruiru.
Affordable housing.
Ile nyumba zinajengwa over 1000 pale.
Yes.
Karibu na prisons hapo.
Yeah, hapo. So pale
hapo.
Yeah, tunafunza how to weld, how to make those staircases.
Yeah.
Tuseme tu skills zote. For me, hata sasa naweza kufungua workshop yangu.
Wow, makofi hapo.
So imetupea training skills na pia tunalipwa. Tuko kikazi.
Sasa wewe mwenyewe umepata do ngapi so far? Tuambie umejisaidia kivipi? Msema unaitwa nani by the way?
Kipkemoi Collins.
Collins, yeah, Kolo. Umejisaidiaje hiyo ndio umepata?
Sasa hiyo do nimejilipia nao fees.
Yeah. Yaani sasa wewe unajitegemea eh?
Yeah.
Makofi hapo kwa mtegemezi Kolo,
So nashukuru sana gava, pia principal wetu. Ametutuma pale, ametupea space, steam and everything. So mimi ni tusemaje? Mimi ndio nimekuja na sister yangu hapa kuonyesha that hii program ya affordable na gava ina work kwa majenzi.
Kwa hivyo sio stories za jaba.
Si jaba.
Makofi hapo kabisa. So utatoa mwito gani kwa majenzi?
Yes.
Utaambiaje majenzi kuhusu hii mambo ya TVET na
majenzi? Nawaambia wakuje wa learn skills. Si ati theory peke yake, huku nje mambo ni different. Unaweza kuwa na theory lakini huko industry wanataka skills.
So kwa ground vitu ni different.
Si ya class. Si ya class. So nashukuru sana gava.
Makofi. Wacha tusikie kutoka kwa sister yako kidogo, pia atatuambia kidogo. Courage, usiogope, simama tu, hata wewe pia wewe ni Mkenya mzalendo, si ndio? Unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Wanjiru Delight.
Ati Wanjiru Delight?
Yeah.
Wow. Sasa pale tuko na Kolo, alafu tuko na Delight. Tuko mbele.
I think the TVET institutions has really skilled me for even life after school. I'm able to understand how the juakali work, the welding, the grinding and all that through these affordable housing projects. And we are grateful for the government for doing that for us.
So you're one of the young people who are women in the construction industry?
Yes.
Makofi? Because for those who may not know, Gava inataka to increase women participation from 20 to at least 30%.
Yeah.
Kuna kitu kingine unataka kutuambia mama yu, tutawaambia namna gani?
Tawaambia mjue hii mambo ni real. Na huko nje tunahitaji kujitegemea na government wanatusaidia hapo.
Makofi kabisa. Now back to you, PS. I think you have some 4 or 5 questions to respond and to tell us more about, because you are the subject expert.
Yes, Spox. And what seems to be taking the space is RPL, recognition of prior learning. Juakali and SMEs are the sectors that have actually been running this economy. Why do I say so? Because it is in Juakali who are the people with skills but were yet to be recognized, who are actually babysitting this economy, because it is about skills. If this country, like other countries, and Spox, I'm sure you're my witness, is going to go anywhere, it is about skills. It is having those skills. You know, those days that I was talking about, when these institutions which were teaching skills were still existing, those are the people who actually fitted all this electricity that you see there. They were the agricultural extension officers, and they are the people who actually babysat this country to the level of development where we are. And should we now over-insist on going back to training skills, then we are going to plummet to a Vision 2030 space that we are looking for. And therefore, with the recognition of prior learning, what are we saying? That these are people who have done it, they have the skills, and therefore, as a State Department, another one of the achievements of the State Departments since I've been around is the passing of the recognition of prior learning policy, and is setting up a directorate, special directorate, direction directorate at KBC National Polytechnic that is going to ensure that the recognition of prior learning policy is operationalized. And therefore we have now already trained approximately 3,000 or 2,700 practitioners.
Practitioners, yeah?
Yes.
Wow.
Who are going to be the people who are going to assess pragmatically. So there is nothing like certificates that are neither here nor there. We have trained the assessors, we have trained the people who are going to assess you together with industry, because it is industry that knows what that person should be doing. So we are bringing in the Juakali people, who we have said are very important. They have babysat the economy of this country, and we are assessing them in my institutions across the country. So how somebody asked how we are ensuring that the RPL is being offered across the country. All my institutions, and I've said I have institutions in all the constituencies. Anybody can walk to any of the TVET institutions. We are going to have assessors there. And we are going to ensure industry is there. And so we are going to assess them and to see at what level we can place them. If you are very well skilled, we place you at even level 4 or even at level 4. If we think you are yet to do a few things, we place you at level 3. But you can still come back. We retrain you, and you can go all the way to level 6.
What if somebody
which is diploma level?
What if somebody was to ask about language, Kiswahili, Kiingereza?
You can even we can assess you in Kikamba if that is what you want.
Makofi hapo kabisa.
Hapa hakuna kisungu mingi. And by saying Kikamba, I have nothing against my friend. Hapa hakuna kisungu mingi. Let me tell the story I am loving telling now. I was in Australia about 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. I found, unfortunately, he's also a Mkamba. I found a man there called Musau. Musau was traced by some people from Dubai in Thika, where he was a mechanic. And they realized how skilled he was. They took him to Dubai. While he was working in Dubai, some other people realized how skilled he was. And they assessed him through cameras while he was in Dubai, with some cameras while they're in Australia. They were able to record what he was doing. They asked him to do what he was doing as they recorded, and they realized he's so good. We found him in Australia.
Wow, makofi hapo. Kwa nini hii mambo ya TV inaweza kupeleka Dubai na Australia?
And Musau na huko mbele ya huko. And Musau, he was speaking to us in English, but that English is more of Kikamba than English in Australia. So we are not talking about English. Hii Kiswahili kisungu mingi na Kiswahili mingi is not necessary. As long as you can do. It is about the skill.
So the word is as long as
you can do.
As long as
you can do.
Na hapa ni Sema na Gava? Mmechanganyikiwa kidogo. Sema na Gava?
Bonga na Spox.
Nataka kubadilisha jina ya kipindi. Sema na Spox?
Bonga na Gava. Let me finish.
Yes.
Here it is about the doing. And the other adage we brought from Australia is if you are good, you will be traced.
Very good. Makofi?
One of my principals who has just retired was so good that another institution has hired him. Yes. So it is about skills.
So if you are good, you will be
traced.
Nakwambia hii Sema na Spox imesoma. Unasikia hiyo kizungu? If you are good,
let me tell you another one. Theory is practically useless if there is nothing you can do with it.
Wow. Theory is practically useless if there is nothing you can do. Wonderful. And if you are good,
you'll be traced.
Wonderful.
Closely related to that, I don't even know whether I have answered these questions. Keep Kemoi, thank you very much. Affordable housing and ourselves. We have set up a space at the Nairobi National Polytechnic where we are doing the welding as we train our young people, and they are being paid because those windows, those doors, all those are going to the affordable housing space. All right? So we are using that space to both train our young people and keep her said, let me say keep to be on the safe side. Like keep her said, he is also earning in the process. So that collaboration between affordable housing and the TVETs is very pertinent. And at the same time, we are collaborating with them so that once they are in the affordable housing and they are doing bricklaying, we go there with industry, we assess them and we certify them. And the certifiers, some of them are here.
Wonderful.
Ajelin, Turokana, how does it create jobs? Have I answered you therefore? Yes. Kipkemoi, we have answered you over the across all parts of the country. I've answered all the questions. Let me add one more. In line with Spox, we have broken the curricula into skill sets, and that is what I was talking about earlier on. So that now we are training in modules. We start you with module 1. And you can only go to module 2 once you have qualified to go to once you have qualified at module 1. And we are sure you are very good at what we have trained you at module 1.
Okay.
What are we saying? If you are in civil art building, it is my favorite. We start you with the space, you know what they dig and prepare down there. Then we come to bricklaying. Then we come to plastering. And by the time 3 months are over, we make sure you have at least 3 skills.
Okay.
We certify you.
So you can be a mason, you can be a...
So you can be a bricklayer, yes, a mason. You can be a painter. And you can also be
Mutua plaster.
Mutua plaster.
Very good.
After all, nobody goes to huku kwa mjengo kufanya sijui kila kitu. Siwe unatafuta mtu wa mason. Alafu utafuta mtu wa kufanya plastering. So we want them, we want them if we are in Meru National Polytechnic, we are training them in gypsum technology.
Wow.
And some university students, when they are not busy in class, they have been coming to Meru National Polytechnic. One of them told me that since I went to Meru National Polytechnic and I was able to do gypsum technology very well, sasa ninakulanga na kijiko kubwa.
Wow. Makofi kabisa. Thank you very much, PS. I think let's pause there and go to the social media site. Tusikie watu huko majenzi wa mtandao. Sasa hapa ni kwa mahewa. Tusikie kwa mtandao wanasema nini. Over to you, engineer naitwa Kawangware Finest. Tumpigie makofi huyu engineer wetu hapa. Engineer wa mitambo.
Thank you very much on the social media.
And by the way, we are on TikTok, spokesperson GOK. We are also on X, spokesperson GOK. We are also on YouTube. We are also on ingine naitwa gani? Facebook. Yote iko hapo. Kwa hivyo mtuangalie hapo. Yes, over to you.
There are 5 burning questions to Dr. Esther Muoria. Question number 1 comes from Simiyu Bukeko from Shinyalu on Facebook. Is asking, are private TVET colleges recognized? Question number 2 from on TikTok, someone called Precious Sharon George Award from Migori County. She's asking, can TVET graduates join university later? On X, someone called at Kiprono Emmanuel from Kipkelion, Kericho County, is asking, how long do TVET courses take? Another one from Kisii National Polytechnic on Twitter, Omwamba Moronya Omwaro, is asking, is help available for TVET students? Then lastly, on X, Fatma Hassan from Mombasa County, she's asking, what are the minimum qualifications to join a TVET institution? Back to you.
Number 1, Simiyu. Private TVETs, yes, are recognized. We register all TVET institutions through our TVET authority, which is right here in Nairobi. So if there is any TVET institution that will train our courses, by the way, we are the regulators, we are the sources of quality, we are the sources of the curricula to be trained, so we register all TVETs, including NIPS on Thika Road, which is always on air. We register all of them. They belong to the department, only they are operating as private. Precious, Migori, TVET and yes, we train you from right from the bottom all the way to what we call in TVET level 6. That is a diploma. Then we have what we call the K-CATS policy. Kenya's credit accumulation and transfer policy. That one is in place in my department, in TVET. So you can transfer your credits as assessed by whichever institution to the university, and you can go all the way to PhD level if you so wish. In fact, about 10,000 young people who qualified to go to the university this time round are starting with TVET. They opted to join TVET. So they will come, they will get their diplomas, and if they so wish, they can proceed to the university. When I was lastly in northeastern Kenya, there were 2 people who were training there, but they were also in the university. They were partly in the university, partly training. They are there. How long do TVET courses take? They are now going to take a maximum of 1.5 years to diploma level. Because I have said we have now broken our curricula from module 1, module 2, all the way to module 6. And by the time you're in module 6, it's going to take a maximum of 1.5 years. But you can exit, come back as you wish. And this is in place from May this year, and that is how long it is going to take. You can be in Tibet for 3 months of 1.5 years. It is all dependent on you. But before you go from module 1 to module 2, you must be qualified in module 1. Omwamba, help. Yes, everybody qualifies as long as you are in a college in Kenya. Doesn't matter which, you qualify for help loan. Fatima, minimum qualification to join TVET. The entry behavior to TVET now is the same. Whether you have an A or an E or a class 8 qualification, the entry behavior is the same because you start at module 1. All of you. There is no admission to level 6, admission to level 5, there is no admission to levels. It is to module 1. And even if you have an A and I had an E, we all start with a substructure if we are doing civil engineering. Tumalize, mimi na wewe, tuende bricklaying, tuende wapi, tukiqualify tupatiwe certificate. Alafu tuende module 2. Mimi nikisikia nimewezwa sana kwa sababu nilikuwa zaki sana kukaa shule, I go and I'm going to work. Okay. You can continue to the university, no problem.
Wonderful. Makofi hapo. So you can clearly hear that TVET education is a great equalizer. Yes. It doesn't matter which degree or bachelor's or
in fact, there are those with the degrees who are coming back to TVET to train in various skills.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So we are trying to recalibrate what the market is requiring.
It is a spaghetti entry and exit. Masom.
Thank you very much. Now,
and that was also according to the McKay report of 1981.
Wonderful. Those of us who went to school, remember, was he called Robert McKay?
Well, I don't remember.
Yes, I think it's Robert McKay. Yeah. I mean, those days, those McKay report, which one do you also remember? Koech report? Yes. We can ingine. Nyinyi watu hapa wa TVET mnataka kukumbuka yote. Now, PS, we are now coming to the close of the show, and it's been wonderful, isn't it? So tell us your closing remarks, your reflections, and your clarion call to the people of the Republic of Kenya, and especially our young people and even parents.
My clarion call, especially to the young people who I have absolute passion for, is come to us and we are going to give you a livelihood. There is one thing I have known, that once you have a skill, you cannot go hungry. You can start your own business, you can be employed locally, you can be employed regionally, you can go Maju. Spox, those are our young people who have been going especially to the UK, because they are agriculturists, they come back with their millions because they have a skill. So my clarion call, young people, come to us. We are going to ensure that you have a skill, and with a skill, we are going to transform this country. I am persuaded that the government of His Excellency President William Ruto is going to transform this country to the next level of development. And what do we need to get there? Like Germany, like South Korea, like the Tiger 5. It is the skill, and the skill, and the skill. Myself, as the Department of TVET, we are prepared to produce those skills for Kenya. It is my desire that young people come and we are going to skill you.
Makofi. So now, we have come to the end of this great program. And at this juncture, I want, on behalf of the Government of the Republic of Kenya, to give our most sincere condolences to the departed Albert Ojwang, and the government will do its best through IPOA to do the investigations that are required to bring that matter to rest. This has been Sema na Spox, Bonga na Gava. Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo daima. Asante sana.